Hello, we are finally live for our session today, Artificial Intelligence in Real Estate Investing. My name is Joe Taylor, number one blockchain realtor. I and my team leverage blockchain Web3, robotics AI, and metaverse VR to provide solutions to companies, investors, and teams. Currently, we have over 6 real estate companies. By the way, we are a startup. But notwithstanding, we have been able to identify gaps and we are able to see changes that are taking place in the real estate sector. And with enough research, you can easily predict and say in the next 5 years, 10 years, this is where the real estate industry is going to. The issues of security and transparency will no longer be a question. It will become a standard even here in Nigeria, no matter how the government decides to resist it. It might take longer for Nigeria to catch up, or African countries, a number of African countries to catch up, but eventually they will. Countries like Rwanda, um, to an extent Ghana, no, yeah, not really, but Rwanda, South Africa, they are making progress using fast growing technologies that are changing the real estate sector. For example, I understand that Rwanda has updated all land title documents, or let's say 95% of the land title documents in Rwanda are now available on the blockchain. When will Nigeria get to that point? So yes, it's it's exciting, but at the same time, it's a wake up call for everyone. So that being said, let's come to you or to the topic of today. We like this session not to be too long, so one can revisit to listen and redigest what we'll be talking about today. So, artificial intelligence in real estate investing. Yes, the whole wave of AI has been all over town, and some persons are so busy, investors are so busy, business owners, property developers may not even have the time to say they want to start interacting with chat GBT or cloud AI and the likes. However, you could have your assistant handle this research for you. This I'm believing that majority of the people listening to this are very busy persons and may not have the time themselves to do this, to make the research, to make the predictive analysis, property verifications, and the likes. So that's why I'm recommending your assistant, your personal assistant, executive assistant to help you handle this. So, how can you use AI in your real estate investing? Awesome. First is it helps you with your property analysis. Before you buy a property in a particular location, you can use generative AI, either ChatGPT, Cloud AI. These are the basics. Although we have the ones for property, like Zillow AI. This is for those in the US and Western states. We are still working on something that can fit in for the for the African and Nigerian market. So, but in the meantime, you can still use the basic ChatGPT, Cloud AI, DeepSeek to do this property analysis. So, before you buy a property, you can go on AI and ask it to tell you what are the current developments in this environment. So, for example, we have a property in Ibadan that's close to the Monia train station, directly facing the roadside. So, but if you are considering buying that property now, before you buy, you want to check and say, okay, what are the developments around this Monia is saying. When AI brings out that information for you can further ask, with this feedback, do you think this is a profitable place to invest? Hear what AI will tell you. Yes, you can work on use that kind of information. However, I always encourage that try and use the Pro or Plus version for AI. It will save a lot of stress. And even at that, you still have to be sure of the sources. As for sources, when AI gives you information, especially when it involves matters that you'll be spending money, you can ask, can you give me the sources of this feedback? So you can go check those sources to confirm that the information the AI has given you is accurate. Because yes, AI can be wrong. So those are some of the things that we believe that over the years the AI markets will become more optimized. By the way, it has improved compared to when OpenAI through ChatGPT came up loud in 2022? Yeah, 2022. By the way, OpenAI has been in existence since 2000, if I'm correct, but came much more in 2021, 2022 for ChatGPT that we are using now. Okay, so that is one aspect. Also for predictive analysis, you can ask AI, right, to tell you what are the what are the properties on this axis. Maybe you want to get an apartment in, okay, let's say you want to get a farmland in Abeokuta. By the way, we have a farmland in Abeokuta, um, Ishagao really, that's close to Lafenwa Market, also by the roadside as well. By the way, these properties, they are very, very affordable. You can get a hectare, that's 15 plots of this farmland for just 12 million naira. Yeah, so but that's not why we're here. Um, you can ask ChatGPT to tell you what are the other projects on this Ishaga Orile axis or Abeokuta axis, and then it gives you, okay, what are the prices or the value of properties in this axis. So this is where we look for that over time we will be able to create a predictive AI for the real estate market that more investors can use. So we'll be making progress here over time. But in the meantime, you can always use Cloud AI, ChatGPT AI. How do you see that? So there are so much to do, but I don't want to choke you. At least work with these two: the predictive analysis and then the property or environmental analysis for any property you want to buy. So predictive, it gives you futuristic, possible futuristic appreciation. After you have gathered all the non non the projects, you can now ask it that, okay, what has been the value of these properties in the past? Now, you know, AI will give you is garbage in, garbage out. So if you ask it question anyhow, it will answer you anyhow. If you ask it intelligently, it will answer you intelligently. So you ask it with this information you gather, what were the value of these properties 5 years ago compared to now? Has there been an increase? To tell you the increase, maybe a property that was selling for 100,000 is now selling for 2 million. It will show you all of that. Now say with this feedback, can you tell me can you tell me the value of property, the value, can you tell me what the value of properties in this axis will be in the next 5 years? So it gives you predictive information. Now, this is what it's going to look like and all. So it's a whole lot, but it is necessary to explore. Just as I said, the people who need this thing may not have the time to start going to ChatGPT and ask. I know how much I have to take out time to explore and then develop these things and communicating with you. However, you could have your executive assistant, your personal assistant to help you make use of these technologies. Also, remember I mentioned some of the set drawbacks, like sometimes AI could be wrong. Yeah, AI could be wrong, even with the data information that they give you. So always ask for the source. So you go check the source out to be sure the information they're giving you is accurate. I hope that makes sense. So that being said, thank you for joining us live. My name is Joe Tehile. For more live sessions like this in the coming days, please like, subscribe, and share to your friends and family. Okay, so quick one before you go. The property I mentioned in Ibadan Monia, we have two. One is CFO, the other one is registered survey. An acre, that's 6 plots of the one closest to the train station is that's Eden Crescent, the future city estate. That particular project, 1 acre is 15 million naira. Yeah, we can consider you buying in plots if you want. While for Monia, that same Monia, the one that is registered survey, this one of 15 million per acre is CFO. The one that wants to register survey, an acre is 9 million naira. And yes, we can also consider you if you want to get some plots. So, um, what do you think? If you want to get more information on these properties on how to proceed, you can contact me with the number +234 80 65 33 8144. Let me call it again. +234 80 65 33 8144. Once again, thank you for joining us and see you next time. I remain your number one blockchain realtor.